those hilarious quips.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Listography. Jason, Joe, and Krams are here. Songs of the year, 1984, the year I was born. I know you guys love this year. I like this year a lot when it comes to albums. I did not enjoy the Hot 100 this year. I think it's the worst yet. It's no good.
It's like one of the best of all time. It's so like the list of just classic 80s amazing songs is fathomable. It's crazy good. I don't even hate my worst song of the year. Just kind of dislike it.
This year for pop songs is like 1971 is for rock albums. Like it's the best. People are just know 1984, best year ever for pop.
I had about 10 or 15 tracks that I could pick from, and that is way less than I usually have. I usually have more in the neighborhood of like 60. So not much here single wise.
Then you're missing something then, because we'll find out shortly.
All right, who's kicking us off?
I guess I'll do it. Billboard. This is how damn good the Billboard is. My winner actually charted. So that's the first time that's happened in a while for me. So maybe I'll actually win this year since it's obviously going to be a popular song. Here's what I got charting wise, just missing the cut when I realized my winner had charted. Had to get Dance Hall Days by Wang Chung off my list. That song's friggin' awesome. So good. But here's 4 runners up from the Billboards. I've got Eyes Without a Face from William Idol. Awesome sound to this. Just the acoustic guitar, the claps, the bass, everything is so like angelic and really pretty, and he sounds great. I love Billy Idol. I'm just going to throw that out there. I think he's great. This song has an awesome chorus where it's like really heavenly. Verse is great, and then it's got that killer like interlude bridge where the electric guitar comes in and just takes off. Here's another one. A lot of these were on albums in 83 but didn't chart till 84, including this one, ZZ Top with Legs. One of my just favorite guitar songs of all time. Like if we ever do a list of just like our favorite songs for guitar, for drums, for this, for guitar, it doesn't get much better than this. The outro when he's just wailing, and they cut it off like 2 minutes way too early. They should have just run that for like 8 minutes. He's just going nuts. It's got a really cool, that circular kind of synth beat in the back. I love the vocals on it. It's catchy, and the guitar, man, just so awesome. This one could have won in any other year. Well, I'm going to say that twice with the other 2 ones that I've charted. Here's one that I would suspect is on Jason and Joe's list. I'm going to think we might have a trifecta with this one. I'm going with Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. Beautiful song, just incredibly delicate, peaceful, and pretty. The harmonies and the chorus are amazing. I mean, everyone knows the song. It's tremendous. It's infectious. And then this one is so close to winning. Leave It by Yes. Just a masterclass in production of vocals. I mean, it is just fantastic. That thumping bass with the keys and everything, and the chorus is just so awesome. To me, the big highlight of that album that I don't like nearly as much as you guys, but I think that this song is just sensational in every way. What a cool, just written song, like to have that in your head and be like, here's how it's going to go. I mean, it's studio wizardry. Ian sounds great in it. Or Ian Anderson. John Anderson sounds great in it. There's no flute in it, I don't think, but it's just fantastic. So, yeah, my winner did chart, so I'll hold off there.
All right. So the Billboard Hot 100 literally just completely loaded with hits, just completely all over the place. I think every single song on my list charted, Billboard and personal. All right, we got All Prince All the Time on my Billboard. Number 5, a former Prince song. His, I gotta say, isn't great, but Chaka Khan's is I Feel For You. charting in at number 5 on my list. She takes a decent Prince song and just puts her stamp on it with that kind of like rapping intro, and it's just fantastic. The synths are better. She took a great bass, but she made it her own, and she made it phenomenal. Number 4, we're gonna do "All Wait" from Van Halen. I think this was my favorite Van Halen song, or top 3. Just so good. So kind of weird for them, that weird kind of foreboding almost keyboard sound. Totally the opposite of like the peppy jump. And a really just kind of cool guitar solo, not too like fast and shreddy, but just like a lot of feel, a lot of interesting, a lot of whammy bar stuff, but it's never like over the top. Number 3 from Prince, "I Would Die for You." Number 2 from Prince, "When Doves Cry." And number 1, I'll save. So, I mean, you guys know what those songs sound like. I don't have to tell you.
Start my Billboard list off with "Hold Me Now" by the Thompson Twins. Got some nice xylophone going on in the background, perhaps inspired by the previous year's "Love My Way." Great pop song. Love the falsetto vocals that come in near the end. They're glorious. The bass playing on it's awesome too, by Tom Bailey. Then one in common with Cram. I've been trying to keep them contained to their actual release year, but I missed this one in 83, charted in 84. I've got "Eyes Without a Face." Killer production, like Cram said. Love the way it sounds. Gonna go with "Blue Jean" by David Bowie. More marimba. Psychedelic Furs really kicked off a trend. Really great infectious groove. I love the arrangement with the horns on it, and no one can sell a song like Bowie. He's just so charismatic on this track. And this song, I don't even think really has that catchy or that hooky of a melody, but it's just all in his delivery. And speaking of the Psychedelic Furs, I've got them again this year with "Ghost in You." One of my favorite songs of the entire decade. Could have won in a lot of years, if not for my all-time favorite album of the decade coming out this year as well. I just think it's a great song. The first time I ever heard this song was actually the cover by the Counting Crows on the Clueless soundtrack. But yeah, I got to say the Furs version is the better one. And my winner also comes from the Billboard, so I'm going to hold it for later.
Wow. That is so cool. All right. I don't even remember what won for you in 84.
It was my number 1 of the 80s.
That didn't help me.
We'll get there.
Oh, now I know what it is. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Deep cuts, shall we? One of my deep cuts did chart, and it charted for my boy Lime Green Steigerwald down there. I got "I Would Die for You." So awesome. His vocals just take off on it, and it's got such a cool like synth part like in the back kind of swirling around, and just the heaviness of it. But maybe one of his just best vocal performances ever, outside of probably "Purple Rain" title track, which he also just crushes. But yeah, this song is awesome. It's got such cool style. It sounds like it's like fashion, like it's just so cool. I also have a couple from my album of the year runner up. I've got "Unsatisfied" by The Replacements. Really, really awesome song, just about, exactly what the title implies. And it's just really beautifully written song. I think they are so good in that stretch of those 3 albums of writing really fun, like drinking bar rockin' tunes, and then also these deeper songs. And "Unsatisfied" just sounds amazing. The acoustic guitar and the slow like beat behind it is so cool. And also another slower jam from that, which is on my list, I've got "Androgynous," way ahead of its time lyrically and thematically. I'll always love the line, "He might be a father, but he sure ain't a dad." Just really touching. The way it's like really intimate, almost like loungy, like Tom Waits style, almost like with just the piano, and it sounds like it's just recorded live in a room after like a session. It's awesome. Also going to go with my favorite song from "Learning to Crawl," "Middle of the Road." amazing guitar solo in it, and amazing guitar lick, and everything's just full speed ahead, crashing and burning. Chrissy Hine is like speed demon on vocals at times, throwing in everything all at once, and it's just a great rock and roll song during a time when rock and roll was either straight up pop or hair metal, and this sounds like it could have been, early 70s as well. It's fantastic. And then I'm going to go with U2 with The Unforgettable Fire. The Unforgettable Fire. Love that track. It's really upbeat and downhill, but it also has like a really nice sense and nature of peace to it. Everything like U2 during this time, everything is so wide open and feels like you're in the sky. This was like my favorite song to run to. The first year I moved to Chicago, I would always listen to it and run along the lake. It was just awesome. I think Bono is great. I love the little synth touches that come in when he explodes into the chorus with the walk on by, walk on. It's so awesome. And it's got a really cool key solo in it instead of a guitar solo. And it's got a really cool vibe to it. The whole album is great. That's probably my favorite song on it, or definitely since it made the list. So yeah, saving a charter for my winner, but those are 5 really good deep cuts, which makes this one of the best years ever.
Okay, very nice. I assumed we would see some of those replacements on there. Unsatisfied, missed my list by quite a bit, but still a great song. On my personal lists, I believe all of these charted but one, so whatever. I got one of my favorite Cars songs, Magic. Just a really fun, bubbly Cars hit. One of the many hits from Heartbeat City. Also on my list, let's get back to Prince. Purple Rain. It charted to number 2. But I don't know. I didn't want to have it all of the Prince songs on my Billboard list. Number 3, let's do Against All Odds, my very favorite Phil Collins track. I just love it. The emotion, the drums. When the drums kick in, I think it's superior to In the Air Tonight, personally. Number 2, this one charted, but maybe a little less known than some of the other ones. I got Tenderness from General Public. So really phenomenal song. So good. That, if it wasn't 1984, that could be a winner in many years. Similar, I think, to English Beat. I might even have some of the same people.
It's the same lead singer.
Yeah. So yeah, from English Beat to General Public, Tenderness, such a great song. My number 1, though, is my lone non-charting track of 1984. My favorite song from my favorite Rush album. I got Between the Wheels from Grace Under Pressure. Just such a dark mood on this one, and I love the sound of the synthesizers. Just really cool, repetitive key part there that really just like sets this dark mood, and just great, really cool sounding guitar solo as well. Rush in their super synth phase, but still get some Alex Lifeson moments, of course. So that's my number 1 of my personal charts. And yeah, there you go. Great year. What a year. Damn, so many songs I didn't want to leave out. It's one of the greatest years for metal ever. I don't have a single thing from Metallica, Judas Priest, or Iron Maiden. So good this year is.
All right, my wild cards. We got Tinseltown in the Rain by the Blue Nile. I had a Walk Across the Rooftops, the album, nominated in the Albums of the Year series. Just an amazing sounding record. Paul Buchanan's vocals on this are excellent.
It's Pat Buchanan.
Yeah. After that, I've got Spirit Walker by The Cult. Love the early Cult albums. Both this record and the one after it. Love. Narrowly missed my Albums of the Year list. Ian Astbury sounds so good here. When he adds the high harmonies, it's amazing. Nigel Preston's just like pounding the crap out of his drums. Billy Duffy's guitar lines are so good. After that, I've got Crybaby by Utopia. Perfect power pop song. It was number 30 on the modern rock charts, making it technically one of their biggest hits, but I was surprised to find it never cracked the Hot 100. Thought it would have. Next, I'm going to go with Peace in Our Time by Elvis Costello. Not one of his more well-regarded records, but it does have its moments. There's a handful of really good tracks on there still. This is a great piece of writing with Elvis taking shots at Reagan, calling him a spaceman. And then lastly, I got to go with The Killing Moon by Echo and the Bunnymen. Just an utterly unique, hauntingly beautiful track. Great lyrics. You've got a blend of real strings mixed with like keyboard string pads. The guitar solo is really unique, different. I think it sounds really cool. The drumming, every piece of it's kind of unusual and not something you'd hear normally in a pop song. It all works so well and all the parts complement each other so well. It's just a amazing song.
Nice shout. One of thousands that just missed my list. Let's talk about the worst stuff, guys. My least favorite top 40 song of 84, I don't like, but I don't hate it. Like if we, probably my favorite of all of the worst songs we've ever done. I'm going to go with Denise Williams with Let's Hear It for the Boy from Footloose. Not a very good song. Yeah, it's just really annoying. It's got the exact 80s sound of production that I don't like when it's like kind of that adult contemporary soft rock but still peppy kind of deal, like that when it just opens with like boom 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 boom. It's way too just chipper and jovial and corny, and I really hate the part where she's like, maybe he's no Romeo but he's my one man show or whatever. It's just no good. So yeah, I don't like it at all, but like I said, not absolute trash like some other stuff is. She's not Styx. Let's just put it that way.
For 1984, my worst song it kind of breaks my heart a little bit. Much like Ebony and Ivory broke Jason's heart and all the shots at McCartney. I got to do it. I got to do it to Steven. I just called to say I don't like this song, Stevie. I just called to say I love you. It hurts because it was a number one for him, and it's just like, it's legacy tarnishing a little bit. Not a lot, just a teeny bit. Especially since like that was his last like massive hit, I think. So every time it comes on the radio, I'm just like, oh, man, Stevie. It's fine. He's still the best, so I forgive him.
My worst track of 1984 is Sexy Girl by Glenn Frey. I mean, you're seriously going to stir up shit in the Eagles and give other members of your band a hard time for not pulling their weight. And then you're going to put this song out as your lead solo single. Like, are you kidding me? This song is horrible. The first stanza of the first solo Glenn Frey song is, she moved in next door to me and she showed me her world. What a neighbor. Thanks for the favor. She's a very sexy girl. And unlike Don Henley, who is still capable of making good music without the Eagles, Glenn Frey is utterly awful on his own. He has a pleasant but totally unremarkable voice. It blended beautifully with the other Eagles, and that was their strength, was the way their harmonies sound. But without those other voices to kind of support him, man, there's not much good you can say about him. The songwriting is terrible. By most accounts, he was a real jerk too. So I don't have a whole lot of a problem saying, like, as much as he was a garbage person, this was a garbage song. So suck it, Glenn Frey.
The Heat Is On, though, is pretty great. I love The Heat Is On.
Heat Is On is terrible.
That's great. Come on.
No, I won't. It sucks. And Glenn Frey, yeah, just like one of just the luckiest SOBs in the world. Like, I don't see much talent in him whatsoever. So nice pick, my friend. Too bad none of us are as attractive as he is. All right. Do you guys have any idea what my winner is going to be? Probably not. This was one of the rare weeks. We didn't really text or like flirt with each other's ideas during the week like we usually do. My winner was already talked about by one of you. It is Hold Me Now by the Thompson Twins. I think this is one of the best love pop songs of all time. The percussion and everything behind it with the xylophone and like the clinkety clack kind of drums is just perfect. It's got a really just hold my hand, like lively heart kind of just soft touch to it. It's really delicate without being corny. Vocals are great, especially like Jason said, those falsettos at the end just really bring it all together as a pop song where he's doing like the high octave, like hold me in your loving heart. So cool. And then the stay with me and everything, let lovin' start. And I always love the way he sings because he has like a little bit of a lisp almost. And like you can hear it when he says the word start, and it just sounds awesome. It's like perfect. It's got a really cool bridge. It is just a beautiful, beautiful pop song that you can sing along to and get a little teary-eyed. It's perfect. I love it. It's got that great sound. It's fantastic. Nice job, Jace. Way to go.
I can't believe you guys put that on your list. I think that's my new worst moment of the year. I'm going to mention that when we do our wrap up. There's just no way that song's better than General Public Tenderness. I'm shocked. I've never been more shocked on this channel in my entire life that was your winner for 1984. Hold Me Now? Really? You're making me crazy with your pick.
Do you like really hate that song, or do you just not think it's worthy to win?
I mean, it's an okay song.
Awesome.
But it wasn't even like considered.
Okay,
I didn't think anyone on earth like really liked that song.
Way better than Shaka Khan, I can tell you that much. So
listen, there's no critic on earth would say that in a million years.
Two of us just did.
You're losing the plot here. My winner, 1984. What could it be? What would be the one Prince song I haven't said yet? Let's Go Crazy is my winner for 1984. I just think it is so unbelievably memorable. That intro, the Dearly Beloved part, speaking to the choir, the way it builds around him, and then when he drops that elevator tries to bring you down, go crazy, punch a higher floor, and it just boom explodes. It's just so amazing. I mean, he's working at such a high level. I could have picked any of these songs. I Would Die for You is incredible. Purple Rain's incredible. When Doves Cry is probably the best song on the album. It's one of the greatest singles of all time, but I like this one just a little more. I think his guitar solos are fantastic. It's almost like hard rock, synth pop with a little funk behind it, but it's just one of the many genres he dabbles and sort of perfects on this album. Just anything he does on here, whether it's the like pure funk of When Doves Cry or like the pure synth pop of I Would Die for You, he just nails. I just love every minute of him. And yeah, the 80s, man, it's just going to be Prince pretty much. Prince and maybe one other band. They're just going to dominate. So yeah, let's go crazy. My number one for 84. I love you, Prince.
For me, my winner comes from my album of the year. Could have been a number of tracks from that album, but I had to reference our song top 10 songs of this band to see which one I actually placed the highest, and it was Hello Again, my song of the year.
Thought it was Drive, for sure.
No, it's Hello Again. And I think this song is just total ear candy, a masterpiece of production, a song that will often be one of the first songs played if I ever get new speakers or headphones. I just think it sounds so amazing. Mutt Lange's production is perfect. It's kind of a busy production, and the mix is busy. There's a lot of stuff going on, keyboard, sample, sound effects stuff. But I think to do that and do it at such a high level and do it without losing the personality of the cars underneath is the true success of the song. I don't think, I was a little surprised that when we did the listography of the Cars that how many people had, you know, kind of a grudge against this record or said that this was where the Cars lost them. And for me, it's one of their crowning achievements. My favorite album of the entire decade. I think it's perfect pop, perfect production. Absolutely love it. Hello again.
It's a good one, solid. Although I do know people who have criticized that exact song for being like too much, but I think it's great. That was definitely on my top 10 list.
I think the ear candy and the wizardry is best on Magic, but that's just me. Not a bad pick.
It could have gone Drive or Stranger Eyes or pretty much any track on that record.
If we learned one thing today, it's that Joe really has a weird sour spot for Thompson Twins.
I like them because they're named after the Tintin characters, which I like a lot. But it seems like there could have been something better.
I forgot to go through the roles at the beginning of the video. If you've watched this far and you don't know what's going on, go watch one of our older videos. You'll figure it out.
We're done explaining the rules. Come on. Yeah.
But if you are new here, there is something that we do with our winners. You can follow a link in the description to our website and vote for which of the 3 songs is your favorite. We've been keeping a tally, keeping score, a little bit of a competition. In addition to that, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and find Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram down in the description. And of course, leave your own lists down in the comments. Let us know what you think of our lists. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing. We'll see you in the next one.